Cool. So let's start from here. Hi, everyone. This is Chris from Dorahacks. Today, I'm going to be the host for another Avalanche Asia Hackathon project demo session. It is great to have you guys today. Just a little bit about the hackathon background. This is actually the first time that Avalanche using the quadratic funding mechanism to do the hackathon. It's a 5 million prize pool hackathon, which Avalanche used their resources to lots of resources to support the emerged projects, early stage project, and open source ventures who could emerge through this hackathon. And we are really looking forward to see more and more. Actually, there are already some great projects got support either on funding or some other type of the support doing the hackathon, and we are really looking forward to see more great projects to to get more exposure in front of the Avalanche and the Web3 industries. And today we are really happy to have 5 amazing projects with us. They are Cyberpop, Metaverse, Hydraverse, BoringDAO, Musashi, Aster Protocol, and FootyOracle. And today we are also very happy to have 2 judges with us. The first is Mr.Block. He is the core member at Curve.fi, also the founder of Mr.Block, the venture partner at Infinity Venture Crypto, and the DAO member at PleasrDAO and SweeperDAO. And also, we are very happy to have Flora with us. She is the partner at Avalanche and also the COO at Highstreet. Cool. So without further ado, let's welcome the first project to start the presentation. So Max and Water, feel free to start when you are ready.
Okay, I will start my introduction. Okay, I will share my screen first. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
How about now? Let me see. How about now?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, I will start my introduction. Okay. Hey guys, my name is Max, and it's a great pleasure for me to introduce our project to you guys. And today my colleague Water will join us for this presentation, and I will be in charge of the introduction part, and he will be in charge of the Q&A part. And if you have any question, please record it, and my colleague will answer you after my introduction. And well, I'm really excited to introduce our game, Cyberpop Metaverse, an open-world metaverse populated with UGC that combines exploration, combat, and XIV. And to begin, I will introduce our co-founders, Hansen, Frank, and Water. Hansen has previously worked with Ubisoft and contributed to the development of a mobile game that has attracted more than 10 million players. And Frank, who is mostly dealing with business on the marketing and financial side. And Water, he's responsible for the blockchain technology. And then I will introduce our game team's core members. The first one is our art director Jay. He's a former Ubisoft senior artist who contributed to works such as Assassin's Creed and Rayman. And as a chief art designer, he contributed to the mobile game VGame, The Vanished World, which accumulated 40,000 players in 3 days. And the second one is John. He's a former Ubisoft technical artist, and he has a rich experience in AAA game development. He developed our game's highly customizable rendering pipeline and hierarchical level of detail employed in our game. And as we all know, multi-platform access is very important to us, and I will introduce the third person Trembug, whose code is studied as a gold standard at Ubisoft Quebec. In short, our game runs on multiple platforms such as mobile, PC, PS4, VR, and so on. And the fourth person is our chief backend programmer, Han. He previously worked as a senior backend programmer at Next Studio, and he brings with him advanced quick technology knowledge, which is used to provide good game experiences to users with weak networks. And these are our blockchain team's core members. And Nick is an important member of Fiscal. He has reconstructed Uniswap source code and is capable of complete public blockchain development using his knowledge of consortium blockchain such as Hyperledger Fabric, Fiscal, and BCO. And Cyberpop Metaverse is built by a team of professional developers from many famous companies, and we've obtained the IP investment authorization of Ubisoft Prince of Persia, and will lead the GameFi industry into the age of AAA MMORPG Metaverse game. And now let's watch a short video, and this video will show you something special about our game. Okay, now let's look at this video. You can see players will log in through MetaMask, and after buying characters, they will load them up into the game and equip them with weapons like this. This is our characters and weapons. And they can also equip gemstones and support cards to empower their characters. The income from the farming goals should increase as well. And unlike most ordinary blockchain games, when you are fighting a monster, you really can feel the urgency in combat, which makes for a great gameplay. Let's look at this video. And this is our game plot. Our game is divided into 4 chapters. The plot is deeply linked with the Prince of Persia IP, and the author of the story, Ben Ma, is the most popular in the cyber style genre. He also authored Cyber Taoist, and our game is supported by a rich story and it will be deeply cherished by fans. And our game's world can be divided into 3 maps: the Asia Pacific, Middle East, and Europe and America. And we intend to promote our game globally and will consider the aesthetic preferences of each region. And by doing this, we can guarantee a game that will attract a large user base and encourage them to participate in creating their own cyberspace. And these cyberspaces will be built by players and are a core feature of our game, and all inside a one-to-one modeling of our real world based on LBS technology. And different from traditional games, we firmly believe that the contents of the metaverse should be developed by the players. So we believe that the whole industry will transition from PGC to UGC. And utilizing the UGC editor, players can build homes, cars, airships, roads, and so on. And these building materials can be obtained from fighting monsters and performing tasks. Players use material skins to build anything they want. And when built, the players can sell their assets. So this can enrich play to earn circulation. And let's watch a demo. Here, players can organize and piece together parts collected to recreate NFTs, increasing their value. And players' inventory can only be seen by themselves, but they can upload assets to the shared cyberspace, and there, all players can see the assets. And using land and uploading buildings into cyberspace will require players to pay fees, and this brings diversified income to the platform. And if their architectural style is appreciated by other players, the game system will reward them with tokens. And strategies like this will encourage players to build in cyberspace. And to make it easiest for players to make NFTs, we put forth a great effort in developing the UGC editor. In this video, you can see that when two blocks are connected, they form a bridge, allowing players to move between two blocks. This is realized by the wave function collapse algorithm introduced by our chief programmer Jadim. And after you finished your building, you can turn the third perspective into the first perspective, which means you can walk on the roads and walk in the buildings. And the algorithm ensures players create a cohesive and attractive metaverse, even if they are lacking aesthetically. And our UGC platform is supported by triple equality, high fidelity assets, and this really sets it apart from traditional sandbox voxel games. And with this quality, players can experience a lifelike experience in the metaverse. And here is an example. In the city, you can see the reflection of street light on the roads and the glow of this neon light on nearby objects. And we made use of the characteristics of Avalanche subnetwork to realize frequent data interchange on the UGC chain. And players can also create their own virtual idol by staking CYT. We will continue to introduce other functions such as social interaction, identity system, and organizations. And the holder of these virtual idols can promote our game on other platforms to attract other new players, forming a positive cycle of social economy. And we've adopted a dual token model, which can effectively solve the dilemma of current token models. In our game design, there is an anchor mechanism to control the pace of tokens. When the system detects a large fluctuation in token price, it will trigger the regulatory mechanism to limit the gold farming consumption, output, transaction, and rewards to achieve smooth and stable growth of the game's economy. And our game will feature an AI plugin that will help players battle monsters. This plugin, combined with the AO, puts a large plugin for the monster state and behavior respectively. And we've designed our game to feature roguelike gameplay where the players can clearly increasing difficulty levels, and each level features different monsters according to the character's level starts, taking weapons and gemstone into the account. Improving your character constantly ensure you will meet new monsters and have more unique experiences. And to promote user retention, we encourage each player to participate in as many aspects of the game as possible. Being a collaborative game, a player's experience is made up by other players' feedback. So we reward those who've made contributions to the game and regularly invite them to take part in the game's governance. This model of introduction is more familiar and friendly. And we will feature a variety of NFTs. This is character NFTs. And these are weapons NFTs, including a new character will be released each month, and Ubisoft will participate in the reproduction of authorized characters. And players can additionally earn badges for achievements in our game. For example, if you are responsible for bringing new players into the game, you will be awarded with the badge, the Evangelist. This one, and which can be used to get new customers rewards in the future. And if you earn the investor's badge, you will be able to see our daily work content, the project's phase progression, and fund use plan on the official website. And in order to create an identity system for players to increase their sense of belonging, we established a cyber club, and members will have their own unique NFTs avatars. These players can enjoy corresponding privileges. We will continue to design a system to empower users' identity and uniqueness. And we will not only sell NFT avatars like some other projects, but we will also introduce the NFT equipment and game after a relatively high degree of completion. And we want to empower players to be able to buy equipment and immediately start their playing. And to make players' NFT more valuable, we need to promote the circulation of the NFTs. So we designed multiple NFT pools. Players can put different type of NFTs into different pools on their needs to generate revenue based. Some people are willing to spend money, but they don't have time to play the game, while others have time to play the game, but they don't have the funds to buy equipment. So we opened the NFT rental system, which can manage the NFTs that players idle and host on the server, and then check if the players need to rent them to achieve the goal that players can rent NFT from the NFTs pool freely. And I believe there is no project in the market now that can give NFT as many function and usage scenario as we can. And this is a bright spot of our project. And we believe that NFT has a great potential to develop in our game. For example, NFT is usually released as P2P in the market, and there is no way to solve it perfectly as a application like our game to carry the value of NFTs. So this is a greatest opportunity for us. And this is our token distribution and release mechanism. And now I will introduce our roadmap. We started the development of the game in the first half of last year and restructured the team the last October and launched the game demo and website at the same time. And in February and March, we completed some parts of NFT production and the game data interaction, which can be seen in our monthly reports. And in April, we will pre-sale NFTs to expand our reach. We will start our beta A to test the basic tokenomics model, and at the end of the month, we will release the UGC editor. And in May, we will launch the sign-up system, transfer data from beta network to the main network, and release the beta version to the game. And in June, we will release CYT. And for the Q4, we will introduce AR and VR devices. And after players build Cyberpop cities, they can have an immersive experience with VR and AR devices, which can make Cyberpop a metaverse like a Ready Player One. And finally, if you are interested in our game, I will send this link to our group chat. You can click them to know more. And these are our partners, which can be found on our official website as well. And we've received investment from AWS and Ubisoft and are cooperating with Avalanche. And there are also organizations that have invested and partnered with us, such as Consist, T3E, IT Capital, and others. So to sum it all up, Cyberpop is a blockchain game with high replayability, featuring a highly personalized experience and a professional tokenomic. And we are confident that we can create a AAA world-class blockchain game. And we hope that investors around the globe will see our confidence and join us so that we can lead this change in the gaming industry together. And that's my introduction. Thank you. And if you have any question, I will ask my colleague to answer it.
Great. Thank you very much, team, for the detailed introduction and presentation. And Mr. Block and Flora, you could shoot your comments or any type of the questions you have for the Cyberpop team.
Got it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Could you tell me a bit more about the token utility and how does, is there a dual token model or is it a single token model?
It's a dual token model. We have two tokens. the
It seems like the network is not very well. I can't hear you. There's a lot of static.
Okay.
Chris, is it only me or?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we can't hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. So probably Water is you probably have some network issues from your side.
No, sorry, like it's still.
Yep.
Okay, so we are doing token. We have the government's token that we call CYT, and we have small token we call coin. So that is our solution. Let me refresh it.
And is the second token unlimited or is it fixed?
How about now?
Your second token, because you have dual token model, right? So one token will be the governance token, the other one will be the I guess the in-game utility token, right?
Yeah.
And is the second token unlimited or is it fixed supply?
Actually, this is unlimited, but the supply rate is controlled by the game. We will release this each quarter, so we will control the rate of this.
Got it. And what's the utility of the second token?
You mean the name?
Utility, like what do you use the second token for?
I think there are still some issues with your connection, like you're breaking off.
So do you guys mind? We could stop from here. Actually, we could like create a group for you guys. Like if you have more questions for judges, or if you guys want to connect, we can definitely help you to create the group so that it will be easier to communicate there.
Sure. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, because we don't want to take too much time for from other teams. So. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much, the Cyberpop team, for the wonderful presentation, and also thanks, Mr.Block and Flora for the questions and comments. We're gonna move to the next project, which is the Hydraverse, and yeah, feel free to start when you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm going to share my screen now. Can you hear me clearly?
Yep.
Can you see my screen share?
Yep.
Great. So hello everyone. Thank you for attending the presentation today. And I'm Marjorie. Today I'm gonna be here and on behalf of the team and share more information about Hydraverse. Let's get started. Let me walk you through Hydraverse, a play-to-earn game. NFT, racing game, AR, VR. What if we combine these top trendy stuff together? We have Hydraverse. So, what is Hydraverse? Hydraverse is a metaverse play-to-earn dragon racing game in which users can have several financial opportunities with their NFT dragons. In Hydralands, players are involved in a wide range of exciting activities, and we also combine NFT with AR VR technology in hope of creating the best satisfaction for our players. Let's have a full picture of Hydraland through the video I'm going to show you now. Thank you. And as you can see in the video, and as I have already mentioned, Hydraverse contains a lot of different activities built around our NFT dragons, which are breeding, training, AR, VR, racing game, NFT market, staking, and also renting. We are currently launching our beta version with some main features such as Hydrapark, training NFT, racing game, and feeding dragon. So this one, Hydrapark, is a place where you display your NFT dragons and earn decoy per hours. With valuable dragons, you can earn up to more than 100 decoy a day, which equivalent with 5 USD a day. Feeding. This one is a new feature in our game, which allows taking care of your NFTs and increasing your dragon stats in order to grow your winning chances. In the next slide, I'm going to show you the offline racing and the training session. So, the most concerned topic of Hydraverse is racing. We have launched the offline racing game through our alpha and beta version. Real-time racing will soon be implemented in our Q3 2022. Users can earn directly from the offline racing by setting their decoy or earning cups to get to leaderboard. You will race with 5 others NFTs and receive your result right after the race. The race only happens in like 30 seconds, so it won't waste your time, and you can back do your stuff while letting the race auto run for you. About the fourth feature is our training session. You may have tried Temple Run or Subway Surfer at least once, so you will find Hydraverse addictive and easy to play. This one is our training session. Training session is used to increase your speed and to level up your NFTs. In Hydraverse, each dragon can be represented in reality via AR feature. Players can click on the dragon and show the view in reality through the camera. Here is one of the AR video from our users. So in a time when game fee and metaverse are booming, Hydraverse needs to make a difference. We not only adopted the essence of NFT, but also incorporated significant improvement into it. These include 3D design of NFT, the adoption of high-quality AR/VR experience, and also a new earning mechanism. As you can see above, we focus more on the gameplay and user experience than a click-to-earn game. We believe this difference can make Hydraverse one of a kind play-to-earn game in this field. So we're going to move on to the roadmap of Hydraverse. We are currently at the third stage of our roadmap, which means we have completed the main stage, game launch, community building, and token listing. Now we'll be heading towards the product development. We're releasing more features, new racing model, the renting system, scholarship, and VR reality. Now I would like to introduce Hydraverse tokenomics. Hydraverse has two tokens. HDV is our governance token, and Decoy is the in-game token. The second one, Decoy, is used mostly in the game and it can be swapped into HDV. The Decoy utility are shown here to buy energy, to buy racing ticket, to set Decoy in offline racing, to hire NFT, to feed and breeding your dragon. Here is the HDV token allocation if you might want to take a look. To gain trust in the community, the team and advisor has already decided to lock out liquidity for 1 year. Now I'm going to move on to the next part. Obviously, every achievement has become a memorable milestone for Hydraverse. We are proud to share what we have accomplished. We have successfully built a strong, big, and healthy community together with 6 more local communities. Users talking about their NFT dragons and about the game all day long in our chat. Altogether, we have been experimenting 2 alpha versions and luckily to know how Hydraverse is loved by our players. Alpha Test 1 reached nearly 2,000 players, and Alpha Test 2 has welcomed almost 4 dragon trainers. So you might ask, what is Hydraverse return of investment? How much do we need to invest? Well, if the questions ever pop up in your head, we're here to show you some significant Decoy that has been earned in Beta 2 from top 5 earners. Here are the amounts they have earned in just 12 days. So you only need an NFT to join our game and find out yourself how to earn that much and how to play the game. Having support from our community, HDV token was listed on Gate and PancakeSwap on the 10th of March, which means one month ago. This is our achievement after 72 hours of listing with 6,500 token holders and the volume up to 9 million. I would like to dedicate the last part to say thanks to our team and partners who have supported Hydraverse from the early stage, included all 4 mighty advisors, 33 backers, and a network of more than 100 KOLs to spread Hydraverse to the community. Also, 12 game guilds that have decided to join Play to Earn Beta and run their scholarship program for Hydraverse. Last but not least, thanks to our core team and Hydraverse community who have been contributed to the project. Together, we build Hydraverse. Thank you for listening. That is our presentation about Hydraverse, and please ask me any questions if you have for Hydraverse. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr.Block and Flora. Feel free to ask.
Yeah. What's the timeline on the game? What's the percentage of the completion for the game right now?
Can you repeat it again?
No, all right. So what I mean is, when will the game be ready? And is it only on mobile, or can user play on
there? Yes. Our game is already play to earn version, and it it can be played on iOS, Android, and PC versions.
Got it. And then it's also a dual token model, right?
Yes, it's dual token model, and we have our in-game token. Gcoin is stablecoin, so it won't. So our governance token price won't affect our users' earning.
And your you say your second token is a stable coin. How does it maintain peg though?
The Gcoin, 1 Gcoin is equivalent with 0.05 USD, and users earning Gcoin in the game and then it's swapped to HGV. That's how the token runs, and users can have stable earning in Hydraverse with our Gcoin's earning system.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, we'd love to learn more about it. And ask question later. Yeah.
Thank you.
Flora, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, who do you consider is your competitor?
My competitor?
Yeah.
Actually, we are now the very first dragon racing game, and we don't have the game fee field is kind of competitive, and I think everyone can be our competitor. But the direct competitor, we can consider some of the other racing game with the renting system. But however, we are confident that we can be a standout and be one of a kind game.
Okay, got it. Yep, I think that's it from my side.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hydraverse team, for the presentation. We're gonna move to the next project, which is the BoringDAO.
Hey guys, this is Fugu from BoringDAO. Just want to make sure you hear me clearly before I start.
Yep. We can hear you.
Awesome. And Lynn, I think you have the power to bring my presentation up on the screen.
Yeah, it's on stream right now.
Awesome, cool. So BoringDAO, we're called BoringDAO not because we're boring. It's actually the opposite. It's because we are boring tunnels between different blockchains and also making some portals. So BoringDAO is a DAO-driven multi-chain solution where we provide multi-chain solutions for every crypto asset. So TLDR, we focus mainly on bridging, but other things as well. So BoringDAO, DAO-driven cross-chain service provider. We provide safe, highly efficient, frictionless cross-chain solutions for blockchain networks, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, L2s, and many other EVM-compatible chains. I'm just going to note here that BoringDAO is a functional platform. We've been functioning and online for about a year and a half. So I'll just show you this slideshow quickly, and then I'll show you the actual website that people are using today. BoringDAO's core products. We have our O tokens. O tokens are non-EVM tokens that BoringDAO allows to be bridged onto EVM chains. So we have OBTC, which is the number 4 wrapped Bitcoin. We have OLDC, which is Litecoin, and we have ODoge, so you can bridge Dogecoin onto the Ethereum network. So as you can see, you can bridge proof of work coins to the PVM. So product number 1 is the O tokens. Then number 2 is the O portal bridge. The O portal bridge is to bridge between different EVM chains. We have 2 different O portal bridges. We have the native bridge. The native bridge is for bridging tokens. It does not involve a liquidity pool, and it's tokens like our Boring token and the OBTC. The two-way bridge is a EVM bridge where you can bridge stablecoins and ETH between different EVM chains. I'll show you that in a bit. Then we have our L2 bridge, supports cross-chain between L2 chains. And things under development, the two are the NFT bridge, supports multi-standard NFT bridging among different chains, and Shadow Bitcoin, first non-custodial cross-chain Bitcoin product. So native bridge, I mentioned it earlier. Here's some key points on it. You can see low cost, fast confirmations, it's trustworthy, and great marketing support. The two-way bridge, you can see some details right here. There's an extensive list of EVM chains. I'd say way more than your standard EVM bridge. You could see a list right here, and coming soon, there's also going to be Klaton, Moonriver, Neon, Oasis, and Akala. We have already Avalanche right here, as you guys can see. The NFT bridge, we're going to be up, not JPEGs, an NFT bridge. We're going to be bridging, allow you to bridge your NFTs between different blockchains. The transfer of the bridge will ensure that your NFT ID remains the same on both chains. At the same time, there will be a dedicated front-end page to allow you to monitor your multi-chain NFTs. Shadow Bitcoin, new generation of pegged Bitcoin. It is not a custodial product, so it will not involve trust on the end. You won't have to put your trust in BoringDAO. It's all done through technology based on the UTXO unspent Bitcoin system. Here's some data or some basic facts on BoringDAO. BoringDAO officially went live in November 2020. There has not been a single incident or accident for over 15 months. No hacks, no loss of tokens, nothing significant, no security stuff really to speak of. There's been 5 audits, and we have been deployed on, the tunnels have been deployed on 16 EVM networks, which I showed you earlier. The token total market cap has reached 300 million USD. And 2,000 BTC have been pledged, making OBTC the fourth largest pegged BTC. The Boring token listed on Huobi, OKX, Bitmart, and other notable DEXs and centralized exchanges. And the community has proposed 19 BIPs, which is Boring Improvement Proposals, 18 which has been approved and executed, and there's been 5 code audits with, as I mentioned before, 0 security incidents or exploits. Here's some things that are coming up on our roadmap. Just let you take a look at it for a second. Oh, apologies. These are previous things that happened on our roadmap. So here's some milestones, things that happened. And you can see here things on our future roadmap. We have coming up, as you see on the top, Shadow Bitcoin. We have the BoringDAO Eco Fund, O-Portal router system, and the plans to support more than 40 EVM and non-EVM chains. So we will be expanding into non-EVM chains as well. And also different integrations with ZK rollups and things like that. Here's some information of the Boring token distribution and some things about the team. Here's the core team: Enki, Mike, Stephen, Dway, Tony, and Alan. Below you can find details about each one. And some about our investment partners: Defiance Capital, Nothing, that's the actual name of the investment firm, Hashkey, SNZ, UB Capital, Snapfingers, Autonomy, Puzzle Ventures, and more below. Here's some icons from the ecosystem that we're involved in. You can see we are involved in many different projects. And that is the main stuff of the slideshow. I'm just going to, do you mind closing the slideshow quickly? I'm going to move over to share screen. Okay, just want to confirm that you guys see my screen and you see the BoringDAO website.
Yep.
Okay, great. So this is the BoringDAO website. It is a functioning product. If you just look at the website quickly, it's got a pretty sleek design. If you want to see the 2 main functions of it, you can launch the regular app here, or you can click the button here to go straight to the O portal. Just to make sure you guys remember what that is. That is our EVM bridge or tunnel. So yeah, BoringDAO, ultimate DAO-driven inter-blockchain hub for Web 3.0. I want to emphasize that BoringDAO is a DAO. It is governed by the community, and it serves mainly to to serves mainly to serve the community. Just give me 1 minute. Just going to scroll down for a second so you can see what's happening here. Some explanations about the O portal. And we can partner with different projects to help you bridge your asset between different chains. So if you do want to allow your crypto asset to be bridged between different EVM chains, just click on here and our marketing team can help get that done. Here's the O tunnel, as I mentioned before, to bridge from proof of work chains to EVM chains. OBTC, OLTC, ODoge. Information on why BoringDAO. Here's the current chains right here with all their logos. And the investment partners, as I mentioned earlier, and the symbols of the audits. This is, I believe, Certic, and this is PeckShield. So we've been audited 5 times, 0 incidents, which is pretty great. Going to just open quickly our app so you can take a look. I actually opened it earlier. Can you guys see that I switched between the different windows, that I'm now on the app itself?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So you can see we got a dashboard. You can see all the different metrics and the different functionality at the top. In the mint section up here, this is where you can mint the different tokens from proof of work chains onto EVM chains, particularly Ethereum, BTC, LTC, and Doge. But you have to pay a small fee when doing that. So, for example, type in 2. You have to pay a fee in the native asset. Where does that fee go? It goes to community members. It goes to token holders, in particular, those who stake into the tunnel. Look at the tunnel for a second. Here's the OBTC tunnel. In the OBTC tunnel, this allows people who hold the Boring token. So if you guys are curious what the Boring token does, one of the major functionalities is that you pledge your Boring tokens. You pledge your Boring tokens into the tunnel, and you get a share of the rewards. So as the BTC is being minted, or the OLTC or ODoge, those people who are staking their Boring, they get a portion of that, and they also get rewards in Boring when that token is burned. So when you want to create the O tokens, you pay a small fee in the native asset to the people that are securing the bridge, aka the Boring token holders who stake their tokens. And when the tokens are burned, the fees are paid in Boring, and the people that are staking Boring get Boring fees. So you get the people that are staking Boring get paid on the mint and the burn. What you can also do is once you put your Boring into the tunnel, you can also put it into the farm. It becomes called PP tokens, which is pledge provider tokens. And so you could get an additional reward, additional APR on top of that. So you see it's pretty good APR of 14%. Here's the Wild West section. This is a section, in some ways it's kind of similar to, but not of something like Aave or Synthetics, where you can stake OBTC, OLTC, ODoge into, apologies, that's for Satellite City. So for Wild West, you can take your minted tokens, you can put them in here and get an additional APR on them. What I was mentioning earlier was the Satellite City. Satellite City is a place where you can stake your different crypto assets, mainly different blue chips, and you can get a pretty good APR on that. As you can see, it's highly competitive, better than most platforms. So you can get a APR on these tokens, but there is a risk. If there is an exploit on the platform, the exploit will be paid for partially by slashing the people who are staking in here. But there hasn't been any exploits over 1.5 years. So we took a look at the mint. We took a look at the the tunnel, the farm I mentioned, the O portal I'll talk about in a second. We have the 3.3 section, which is inspired by Olympus DAO. It's you can bond your liquidity, your Boring ETH Uni LP, and you can get Boring tokens at a discount. You can also do that with our token on PancakeSwap. So that's on the Binance Smart Chain. I'm going to show you briefly the O portal. As I mentioned before, O portal is our EVM bridge, and we're on the Ethereum blockchain now. But let's, for the sake of this presentation, I'll do to Avalanche. So Ethereum to Avalanche, and you can bridge USDT, USDC, or ETH. But you can see it's a pretty extensive list of assets, and we are adding more all the time. If you do want to bridge, we have currently different incentives and partnerships with Metis blockchain and also KCC. So in the case of Metis, I'm going to just show you quickly. It's $2 fee for any bridge. So you can see, 1 second. Let's say I'm doing 1,000. You see, 998 is the received estimated, and let's say I do 10. So it's 8. So it's a flat fee of $2 between the two different chains. Plus, there is a 50% discount on bridging with KCC. In terms of liquidity, there are rewards for liquidity providers. So the incentive to provide liquidity is twofold. We have an incentive program where if you deposit, let me bring up the exact parameters, but if you deposit to chains that have less than a certain amount of liquidity, you get rewarded in the form of that token. So if there's less than 100K of liquidity between the two different chains, you get a certain reward. And if there's less than 500K, you get also a reward. It's not as much as the 100K. If you want to know the exact amount, you get a zero. If it's under 100K of total liquidity, you get 0.5% bonus of whatever you're depositing. So USDT, USDC, etc. And if it's under 500, if it's under 500K, I believe it's.
Hi team.
Yep.
Sorry for interrupt. But the time is a little bit over, so just trying to let you know. Try to conclude everything maybe in 1 minute.
Got it.
Great.
10 seconds conclusion. Aside from that incentive, you could take your liquidity token and you could put it into the farm, and you can get extra APR. So if you deposit into the farm, you provide liquidity. Sorry, if you provide liquidity, you can deposit that token you get into the farm, and you can get an additional APR in the form of both Boring token and the native asset you provide. So those are all the major things of BoringDAO. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.
Thanks. Do you guys support message passing?
What do you mean by message passing?
So outside of tokens, like, do you guys support like other functionalities for the bridge?
So right now, it is for tokens, but in the future, there's also plans for an NFT bridge. But maybe Jenny can speak on that.
Yep. So basically, as Fugu has mentioned before, the main things coming up will be the NFT bridge and also the shadow Bitcoin.
Awesome. When do you guys plan to launch that?
Probably NFT bridge as shown on the roadmap before. It will be approaching the end of this year, and then as well as shadow Bitcoin.
Got it. Okay. Thanks.
I remember using the wrap function before. What happened to the TVL though?
What do you mean by what happened to the TVL?
Because I remember the Boring total value lock were, far above, I think, nine figure.
Oh yeah, okay, I get what you're trying to say here. So before we used the BOR token, which is BOR, but then like last year in October we had a split. So we basically split the BOR into Boring. So that's why there was a value change.
No, I didn't mean by value chain, but I mean by the amount of token that were staked, because you have tokens, locked in different chain, right? So people are farming the token, but the volume has gone down a lot. I'm just wondering what happened.
Because liquidity rewards change in constantly depending on the transaction fees we generated. So sometimes the liquidity changes as well with the along with the APR. So it could fluctuate a bit, but if you keep an eye on it, it's generally increasing at a slowly pace.
Got it. So basically, people leave because the yields became lower, and
that could be a reason, like in a short time, but in long term wise, the liquidity is increasing.
For example, the token that I wrap on, boring, right? Similar to, like, say, synthetic asset on synthetic, or let's say REM protocol, right? A big part of it is its use cases where, for example, creating pool on Curve. What's your plan to increase the utility of your wrap assets?
There is actually a Curve pool for the OBTC,
tokens?
by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so mainly you can farm on the in the satellite city, or we do have a Curve pool for the OBTC as well.
I guess my question was more on, like, how are you guys using bribery on, Convex Votium to get more people to vote on that pool? So yeah.
Yeah, we do intend to enter the bribe war, like we do have like a proposal before mentioning about reducing the emissions and use that as a bribe for the Curve war. So yes, we are working on that to definitely boost up the APR on Curve as well.
Got it. Cool.
Awesome. So if there's no more questions, thank you for Jenny and Fugu for the detailed presentation and explanation. We're gonna move to the next project, which is the Musashi. And Darren, feel free to start.
Hello. Good afternoon. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Today I'm going to present for my project, which is the project of Musashi. So our Musashi team is actually mostly formed by developers, together with a social media manager who manage our online marketing. And the key of the Musashi value that we want to bring out is actually the jackpot. I know everyone loves jackpot, right? So how can we actually create a jackpot from the perspective of a DeFi, the decentralized finance? So that is actually what we want to achieve in the Musashi project. And for our platform, actually, the main purpose of Musashi actually is to create a gamification of DeFi. And how we create a gamification from DeFi is actually create a gamified no-loss jackpot pool, which actually everyone is a winner. There is no loser in terms of monetary wise in the whole jackpot pool. And the main purpose is to select 3 winners to get all the most of the majority assets being generated from different high APY staking pool and distribute to the 3 winners, and the remaining will distribute to all other stakers. So in this sense, no one will be the loser, and 3 of the users will be the winner as well. So let me share a bit on our journey from Musashi. We have a public round sales on last year on June. We don't have investor because we are mostly developers, and we are not so good in terms of pitching. So our main target is actually doing online social media and running public sales on our website. And we launched our first no loss jackpot pool on July on Binance Smart Chain, and we maximize the staking pool of PancakeSwap native token cake, which is about, I think, 70+% of APY at the moment. And our highest TVL lock in a session of our jackpot pool is about 3 mil of a cake token. And it is still running until today for the cake jackpot pool. And what the Musashi team is actually looking at is actually, we realize there are different high APY staking pools in Avalanche network, and we are planning to launch our platform in Avalanche network as well, by leveraging into the first staking pool that we're looking at, Wonderland Time. So Wonderland, as you all know, is a project under Avalanche, and it has quite a high TVL as well. We would like to snatch some of the cake, some of the pie from Wonderland users, so that they can move their time into our platform. Take it as Musashi on Avalanche is a time optimizer platform, and with the high APY of Wonderland, which is about 77,000 of APY percent, it should be quite interesting and exciting for a gamification platform like Musashi. And what we propose for our jackpot pool in Avalanche, it might be a little bit different from our Binance Smart Chain pool, would be the 40% to the first prize, 20% to the second prize, and 15% to the third. And the remaining would be distributed among the platform as well as other seekers. And this is the power of the DeFi that we are looking at, where staking is actually one of the best benefits of savings in crypto. And we want to promote the gamification concept where you can win while doing all the savings on crypto as well. Musashi actually is built using EVM compatible contracts, include what we are launching on Binance Smart Chain. But the behind, how do we actually form the fairness and the randomness? Actually, it's powered by the Oracle chainlink. We are using chainlink to create the fair and randomness for our algorithms in selecting the winner, as well as calculating the probabilities. So if you stake for the longer period, for example, 3 to 4 different cycles of jackpot pool, your probability actually gains higher from time to time. All right. In Avalanche, we are proposing the first jackpot pool leveraging on Wonderland Time, which is about 2 weeks a session, and a minor withdrawal fee applicable for every early withdrawal. So our future roadmap will be actually looking at launching different jackpot pools, leveraging on different high APY staking pools, not only from Wonderland, maybe some other pools that offer good staking rewards from Trader Joe's or others, different DEX. We are consider that as well. So I don't have much slides here, but Musashi did have our own tokens. Our tokens is actually as extra rewards for all the stickers for every jackpot sessions to be distributed among all of them. We have actually built a demo on Avalanche Musashi as well. And right now I would like to show our demo on by sharing screen. Please hold for a moment. I hope you guys can see my screen. I'm not sure if you guys can see my screen.
Yep, we can see.
Yep, this is the first pool that we have created, leveraging on Wonderland Time, our first jackpot pool that we created. It's running by it's running in a decentralized manner, and it's powered by the chaining and our smart contract. And what you have to do is, as a user, all you need to do is actually to deposit your time. All we need to do is to deposit our time into the jackpot pool, and it will transfer to our contract, as well as from our contract, it will actually stake into the Wonderland time to produce all the yield and generate rewards. So once you have actually deposit successfully, like what I did currently, your withdrawal will have a 2.5% of fee for the first 72 hours to actually ensure our platform generates enough yield for every staker. It's a fairness protocol introduced by us, and our reward contribution actually is divided in the format as this, like I mentioned in our slide just now: 40% for the first place, 20% for second, and 15% for third. For our platform, we only take 5%. Because this is a demo platform, so the figure of or the TVL of our time are very low, and a remaining 20% of reward generated we are going to distribute to all stakers. But for Binance Smart Chain, our launch platform on Binance Smart Chain, all the stakers we actually got Musashi token as well, where they can swap for BNB in PancakeSwap. We have a LP pool on there. So all the winners are actually generated or calculated by our Oracle. Currently, it's running like every week, but our proposal is actually no loss Jackpot pool for 2 weeks, and users can actually claim your rewards as well without actually withdrawing your capital. So the second roadmap that we would like to do in Avalanche is like become a staking optimizer for different staking pools on Avalanche as well, where we can offer a mix of different tokens rewards after the performance fee generated from the staking protocol. So these are our favorite features that we have done on Musashi, and I'm right now taking questions from the judges. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Darren. For Block. It's your time.
I don't have any questions. Yeah, so.
Hey, Darren. So is this some kind of similar to Pool Together?
Yep. It's actually quite similar to the concept of pool together. But what's our unique features is actually we try to leverage on the pools that Pool Together hasn't actually integrated, or they are not looking at the moment. So we want to snatch that pie first. Did I answer your questions?
And how is your token different from Pool's token? What are the differences in terms of utility? And how are you fixing kind of a death spiral that we're seeing in Pool, where the token are constantly being farmed and dumped?
Yeah. Our token utility currently is actually still serve as reward based, as well as we are offering like farming rewards for users who farm our LP pool as well in the Binance Smart Chain. We realize that this approach can only generate short-term holders. We are open for different comments and suggestions from any mentors or advisors that how we can actually improve our tokenomics as well. And at the moment, we as the developers, we are definitely looking for grants to spend on different channels and marketings to build up our TVLs of our jackpot pools at the moment. Yeah. Is there any other questions? Yeah.
Got it. Oh, no, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much, Darren, for the presentation. We're going to move to the next project, which is the Aster Protocol. Michael and Irvin, feel free to start.
Okay, great. So shall we show our deck first? Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. Great, cool. And Michael? Yeah, let's go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share our Aster protocol and do the demonstration of our product. Our vision is to make Web3 available for everyone, everyday social and commerce. We predict that in 2027, there would be more than 2 billion users, and we want Web3 users, and we want to migrate these users to Web3 using Aster protocol. We want to play the leading role and drive the massive adoption of tokenization in everyone's daily life. Currently, people are facing several problems during this migration. For example, most of people have no control over their social data at Web2 platforms. For example, if I want to know a Facebook user's wallet address or want to know his Twitter account, most of the time I have to ask him about these details, and it's very frustrating. And moreover, for some creators and companies, if they want to build their own stores of NFTs and do the marketing at Web2 platforms, it becomes very difficult without the integration of personal identity aggregation. And in addition, there are also some problems about accessibility. So most of people do not have on-chain assets yet, and they are facing difficulties about remembering the mnemonic phrases and the fair on-ramp services. What Aster Protocol want to do is to build the first social network aggregator, reconnect people in the Web3 area. And also we want to provide decentralized commerce infrastructures, let's say the Web3 Shopify specifically, for goods and services in a larger scale to accelerate the creator economy. Let's take a look at our underlying concept of account system. Our account system is inspired by a project called Loot, and synthetic loot is a concept proposed by its founder, Dom. In this concept, everyone who owns an Ethereum wallet address will natively have a virtual NFT, and they do not need to do the minting process of this NFT, but they own them natively. So in this way, all of the Ethereum wallet address users have synthetic loot. They are all the synthetic loot users. And we took the similar approach here. Everyone who has a social network account natively will have a synthetic Web3 account. People can use this account to transfer and receive on-chain assets without without the mnemonic key phrases and the fair on-ramp. So every user are able to send on-chain assets to over 5 billion social network accounts in the world. Let's take a look at the form of the synthetic wallet address at the right bottom of this slide. So the prefix is the name of platform, and the suffix is their unique identifier as these platforms. So with this kind of synthetic wallet address, people can send their NFTs to their friends at Twitter, at TikTok, and at other Web2 social platforms.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's show our video.
Yeah.
Okay. And can we show our video first? Okay. Yeah. Here's our video. Michael, go ahead.
Yeah. In this video, we will share two main features of our products. The first one is to transfer NFT to any social accounts at Web2 platforms. And we want to send Elon Musk an NFT here. It's his favorite artist, Sid Mead's artwork. And we send to his synthetic account rather than an Ethereum wallet address. Our extension will call MetaMask to do the signature and to send the transaction. So the NFT is actually sent to a smart contract and stored safely on chain. And after a few minutes, we can check Elon Musk's account. And everyone who install our browser extension can see Elon Musk received Sid Mead's NFT. It's very magical. And next part is to do the curation of people's favorite NFTs. For example, if we want to configure our showcase, we can go to the backend and we can choose our collectibles. And do the authorization. And it's done. So we can ask our friends who installed the extension to see our favorite NFTs here. And currently, the data of each Web2 platforms are isolated and should be owned and controlled by the users themselves. What we want to do is to transit this symbol at to the Aster. And we want to build a free, open, and fair internet in Web3.
Okay, that's it. Let's go back to our slides. Okay.
Based on that, we built the Aster name services. It's similar to the 1inch and to Uniswap. So Aster name services is kind of like the aggregator of people's social identities, not only for the Web3 name services, but also for their Web2 accounts and the wallet address. And here are some demonstration of our feature plan for using Avalanche subnet. Because Avalanche subnet has a very high performance, and it also provides us the privacy protection and the KYC infrastructures, we have already exploring the power of subnet, and we build a testnet, and also we have already do the registration on Chainlist and other main Ethereum list websites.
Okay. Here is what we do for our people. We within the two aspects from the Web3 social and Web3 commerce. First, we here is our circles for individual to use our protocol, Aster protocols. People can connect on Aster protocol, which provide everyone a synthetic account just shown on the video. And then secondly, the people can showcase and sell their assets with Aster browser extension on the Web2 social network platforms. Then the people can transfer NFTs and tip on chain assets to any account on Web2 social networks. Once people and their friends got gifts and tips on Aster, they are incentivized and motivated to install Aster to claim their assets on chain. Finally, everybody, current Aster users will interact with their friends in Web2 with our designed synthetic Web3 accounts. And for the part of our Web3 commerce world, the creators, for all of the creators, they can mint and sell NFTs on Aster protocol on their existing Web2 platforms. Secondly, they can do the airdrop to any social account and reward people of engagement on social networks. And what is magic is that followers who never have used wallets, they can install Aster browser extension to buy NFTs, which will be stored in their synthetic accounts, since we have some collaboration with the Fiat on-ramp service providers such as Transact and Shampoo. Yeah, and Aster will be a new leader in Web3 commerce. We suppose Aster protocol. We are aiming the 10 trillion market of the new online expenditure. Yeah, you can see there will be very huge growth in the maybe in the next 5 or 10 years since the very huge improvement of Web3. Yeah, actually, we have some special works and collaboration with our partners. First is Skyfall, whose founder is the president and the CEO of a very famous animation companies, which is Aniplex. And the Skyfall, they will explore their IPs with more NFTs, and they want Aster to do the publishing and start building for them on existing Web2 platforms. And we will also provide marketing tools for them to do the campaigns. And the next our partner is DiscoverFeed. Is also a Japanese company who are exploring their a platform of club metaverse. They will sell their NFTs of EDM in club Discover metaverse to their users. You can see they have several very famous DJs here. These DJs, they have huge users bases on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, but their fans don't have the channels to approach these NFTs, and they couldn't buy these NFTs. So we provide our Aster protocols to them. Yeah, and we also have some curation with some the biggest real estate developers. They will launch a very huge event in the end of May to do the curation of NFT arts, both online and offline. And we also provide very easy to use marketing tools for GameFi projects, such as we have some friends here at Mars. They are lacking of bridging between Web2 and Web3, so they have to collect all the users Ethereum wallet address, BSC address, and we just provide them the tools to do the batch drops to their fans' Twitter accounts. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there any question about our protocols or products? Please.
How many active users do you guys have?
Okay, Michael. Yeah. Actually, we are still building this MVP. We will launch this product in May, so we are still in the closed test stage.
Okay, got it.
I don't have questions.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I think Mr. Block just said he don't have any questions.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you very much for the detailed presentation. Good to see you guys here, and looking forward to see how Aster Protocol doing in the future. Yeah. Thank you guys. Cool. And we're gonna move to the last but not the least project today, which is the FootyOracle. And Harsha, feel free to start.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, let me know when you can see it.
Yep.
Okay, so we are FootyOracle. FootyOracle is a prediction market for football right now, but we could expand that to anything else. So we are a peer-to-peer prediction market for football matches. You can convert your bets into NFTs to de-risk them. We have a new NFT design. We have an NFT marketplace. We have market maker for bets, which I will explain as we go along. And we also have lossless betting with staking on Benki or Aave. Internally, we are using Morales for the smart contract administration. We're currently deployed on AVAX testnet. Benki is used for lossless betting. Chainlink is used to bring real-world data to blockchain. So this is the basic design that we have. So let me just... Okay, so for example, if you are someone who is very interested in betting on the match of Manchester City versus Watford, you'll just go here and you'll do this. And once you do the accept bet, when you put in the numbers and you do an accept bet, you'll get something like this. So why do you, once you have a bet that is matched, that someone else has joined your other side of the bet, you can convert your bet to an NFT. Now, why would you do that? One simple reason is that, for example, you're a user who's betting on Liverpool versus Leicester match. You placed a bet of 10 AVAX, you could potentially win 100 AVAX. But 2 days before the match, you realize that Liverpool has an injury crisis and they're probably not going to win the match. So what you can do is you can convert your bet into an NFT and list it on our marketplace. Now, once you list your NFT on our marketplace, someone with a higher risk appetite will come and can buy the NFT. Now, once they've bought the NFT, potentially this new person can return the NFT and cash out their potential win, which could be quite high. Well, it's also possible that they won't win and you have a nice looking NFT that you can show off saying, you basically bet on your team even when things were not going so well. So, for example, here I bet on a match between Arsenal and Brentford, and I converted it to an NFT. So this is how the NFT will look like. It will have all the details, and you can go here and sell these NFTs or buy NFT from a different player. The other thing that we've done here is lossless betting. So let's say that you don't want to lose your crypto asset just by betting on football matches. You have a hunch that maybe Watford might win here, even though that's probably unlikely. So you just go and you'll bet on it, and the money will, the asset will be deposited on Benki, and Benki will have a certain return for AVAX, and depending on that, when the match is resolved, you'll get your asset back, irrespective of whether you win or lose, and the amount that was staked, the interest on it will be returned to you. So this is lossless betting. We also have another way, which, okay, just one second. So one problem that we noticed is that a lot of times users will come and bet on a match and they'll realize that there is no one to take the other side of the bet. So what we came up with is a market maker. So let's say you have some funds and you don't want to go through the process of actually betting on these matches. So what you can do is you can just deposit your funds in our market maker. And depending on your risk appetite, the market maker will take positions on these bets. So a user, so let's say a different user comes and they want the market maker to join. they can request the market maker to join, and it will join only if the bet is in its favor. So what happens is that if you are betting on a match like Tottenham versus Southampton, it's likely that Tottenham will win, but nobody will want to bet on Southampton. So you bet on Tottenham, the market maker will join the Southampton side, given that the odds are heavily in favor of Southampton. So if you stack the odds in such a way that the odds are in favor of Southampton, in case it wins, the market maker will make a significant profit. So we are incentivizing users to deposit in the market maker, and of course they can go off. Once you deposit a certain amount, you can go to the NFT marketplace and trade your deposit as a liquidity provider. So what happens is that once you trade this NFT, this becomes like a Uniswap NFT, and anyone can buy it from you. So this is our main overall presentation. We are a team that is tech heavy. We don't have a marketing person or a business person to actually take this to the next level. So we are looking for someone who will help us move from the test net to the main net, and also grow it as a business. So yeah, that's my presentation. Any questions?
Yeah. Yeah. Free to ask.
Yeah, Harsha. Because I think like any betting related project with the Oracle issue. So could you go a bit more in depth on how does the Oracle work here?
Yeah. So we are using Chainlink interface. So what we do is we have our own external adapters, and the Link River, we are currently using the Link River Chainlink node. They are hosting our external adapter, and from publicly available APIs like Rapid API, we are bringing the football result, and that data will be converted to on-chain data by Link River, and it will be used in a smart contract.
And you're launching a token, right? What's the token utility here?
We don't have a token. No.
Are you planning to launch a token?
As I said, that's a business question, and right now we've just figured out the tech side, so that's something that we are open to.
Got it.
I have no questions.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, Harsha, for the presentation. As a football fan, I definitely looking forward to see how FootyOracle goes in the future. To bring the gambling of the football to a more decentralized way. Anyways, thank you very much for the presentation, and I think we can end it up here. I would like to thank all 6 projects that are doing the project demo today. You guys all did a really great job. You guys all explained explained the products and the projects in a very informative way, and it is super helpful for me, for all the audience to better understand what you guys are trying to build right now and in the future. And it is really glad to see how Avalanche ecosystem is thriving in during recent months, and hope you guys could all doing great in the future and building up the next superstar products in the Avalanche ecosystems. So thank you guys very much for joining us. Thank you, Mr.Block and Flora, for your time and questions. Hope you guys all doing great, and see you guys soon.